My name is Kanini. So today I want us to discuss about the feeling of I'm not good enough or something is wrong with me. These feelings come in variations. So let's talk about them. Give me 1 second. Okay, so the feeling that you're not good enough or something is wrong with you. And I have had this feeling myself growing up, and I want us to talk about it because now that I know where these feelings come from, I'm able to help people who are struggling with the same kinds of feelings. So, as a mental health coach, I would ask you please subscribe to Bloom Mental Health because I give you good tips, like seriously hands-on tips that will improve your mental health. And always remember, the more you learn about mental health, the better you become good at it, the better you improve your mental health. So let's talk about this feeling. When you feel that something is wrong with me, like you can't shake off that feeling that something is wrong with you, what is in fact happening? Is it really that something is wrong with you, or but what is happening? Why do you have that feeling? So let's talk about the cause of that feeling. What causes you to feel that feeling? That feeling comes from a place in your mind where you have low self-esteem. So you're dealing with negative thoughts because it's coming from a place of low self-esteem. So low self-esteem comes when you suffer rejection. Let's say in your childhood, one of your parents rejected you. You will feel like you're not enough, that something is wrong with you. In my case, I lost my parents at the age of 6, and then I grew up in an orphanage, and there was nobody hugging, kissing you, or somebody you could share your feelings with. So all of the emotions that I felt were very confusing because there was no resolving it, and that conflict within me made me feel definitely like something is wrong with me. Then we have failure when you fail over and over and over at something, or maybe people label you with bad comments like you're a failure, you're a loser, hurtful things. This will make you feel like there is something wrong with you. If you're neglected, again, when there is no love, when you were growing up, if you were neglected, nobody was helping you wash, bathe, like look for nice clothes for you to wear on some occasions, or guide you through life, you were just left at the confusion. Then you will see like other people are well organized, they are well fed, they are going on as if they understand what they're doing, but you're left stuck thinking, what is wrong with me? So childhood can cause a negative childhood, even very adverse childhood experiences like poverty and abuse can leave you feeling like something is wrong with you. And then what makes these feelings persist? What makes them continue on to go over and over? It's life happens, right? For example, for me, what reinforced those beliefs that something is wrong with me? Hi everyone, thank you all for coming in. We're talking about the feeling that something is wrong with me. So for me, what made me reinforce the belief that something was wrong with me was the fact that I fell in love, and then my boyfriend, one time I'm calling him and a woman picks up, hi, and then he says, and then a few weeks later he married another woman, completely different woman. And I was so in love. So that feeling just reinforced the feeling that something is wrong with me. So I'm coming from a childhood where I had like adverse childhood, and then as I grow up, I ended up, experiences. You will get rejected, when I don't get a job or go to an interview and then they don't pick me and I feel like I'm qualified. I start feeling like, again, what is wrong with me? It's like the doubt keep getting reinforced over and over and over, because now I feel that something is terribly wrong with me. There must be something wrong with me, you know. So that mind, you know, you can have it from a childhood, and then as you grow up in your adult life, you may have experiences like a breakup of your marriage, or, you know, loss of a job, of even failure to get a job. So many things that can reinforce that feeling over and over, that you're not good enough, that you're not good enough. So, I mean, what do we do now? Now that we know that we have this low self-esteem mind that is trying to kill us, you know, and break us down. Imagine trying to go to work and then you get to your car and it's broken down, right? You cannot drive, you cannot do the things that you want to do to go to work. That is kind of like when you have a mind that is full of low self-esteem. It's stopping you, it's making you get stuck in one place. It's not helping you move forward. So what do we do when we know that we have this mind that is actually bringing us down? So this is what you do. When your mind tells you, oh, you're not good enough, you can't get that job, you'll never be able to compete with people like those, they look better, they look sharper, they are smarter, you know, or you're not that pretty, you will never be able to get that guy, or you'll never be able to get that girl, you know, you need a better car, you know, your mind will keep telling you something is wrong with you. Don't even try, don't do this, don't do that, you know. Your mind will try to stop you in your tracks. So what do? The first thing you do is you challenge that mindset. You challenge it. Don't believe it. Don't take it to face value like, hey, my mind says I'm that, so I'm that, right? So we know where it's coming from. We know that life will give us problems, but we have to challenge that mindset. So you have to challenge the idea that something is inherently wrong with you, you know, because nobody is inherently bad or wrong, you know. You shouldn't constantly feel ashamed of yourself or guilty, you know, or stuck, you know. You have to challenge that idea. So when we begin to challenge those ideas and belief systems that there's something wrong with us, we begin to heal. That's when we begin to heal. When we start realizing like these thoughts, there's something wrong with these thoughts, you know. I cannot be the only one, you know, that is having these thoughts. So it's just a pattern, it's just a mind pattern, but we know something about the human mind, that we can change the patterns of our thoughts, we can change the patterns of our brains. Neuroscience says that the human brain is like plastic, it's like Play-Doh. It can be changed over time. So don't worry if you've been suffering from these feelings, because we can change them. So when you began to grow, when you feel like now there is healing, there is growing, and then there is thriving. So when you begin to grow, it's when you start to realize your self-worth. Okay? And I'm about to say something profound here, so please don't go away. When you start to recognize that your self-worth is not tied to any achievement or any kind of perfectionism, when you realize that your self-worth is not tied to anything, you know, and that for me came as a big realization. I was like, okay, I don't have to have a job to love myself. I don't have to even be beautiful to love myself. I don't have to achieve anything, okay, in life. I don't have to achieve anything to like myself and to validate myself, right? I don't need to own a home. I don't need to have a car. I don't even have to have friends for me to feel that I am on top of the world, right? I gave myself zero expectations. You know, whatever life happens to me, if people love me, if people hate me, if I have a job, if I don't get a promotion, if I have a boyfriend, if he breaks up with me, if I fuck up, you know, in the worst way possible, right? I realize my self-worth is not tied to anything. I have the right to fail. I have the right to success. You know, I can achieve any of those things. So for me, I started realizing the growth mindset. And I don't know how. You just, guys, tell me what you think about this, you know, about the growth mindset. So when you start thinking like, oh, I don't have to achieve anything at all, anything, my life will be okay. That's when I started growing. That's when I started growing. When I started realizing my self-worth, who I am. I started to recognize myself, to understand who I am, that who I am is not tied at all to anything that I do. So, I mean, I don't know what you guys, if you've ever struggled with that feeling that I am not good enough. And this is the feeling that we are talking about, the feeling that I am not good enough, and realizing that your self-worth is not tied to anything, anything. Like God put you, or providence, or goodness, or source, put you right here in this moment on this planet, and they didn't give you any mandate. They just put you here, so that you can learn and grow and thrive, make mistakes, just like a little bird flying through life. That's what you are, right? Nobody should give you any expectations. So anyway, there are things for me that there are patterns of minds that I had to change so that I can kind of start killing. And I still get a little bit of that, like I'm not good enough feeling, but there are thought patterns that I changed, and I keep changing. Let me share some of the thoughts that I had. For example, I used to tell myself, like, I am not broken. Whenever I feel like there's something inherently wrong with me, I tell myself, I'm not broken. There is nothing wrong with me. I am evolving, I am learning, I am growing. I am not broken. Because sometimes you feel like, nobody loves you, nobody cares about you, like there has to be something wrong with me. And I was tell myself, I'm not broken. I do not need fixing. I used to tell myself, I do not need fixing. I can trust myself through life. I can trust myself to make mistakes, to wake up, to make them again, to learn from them. That's the process of life. That's how we grow. That's how we learn, kind of like loving yourself without any conditions. Like you will make mistakes, and then, you will apologize and move on. Or not and move on still, but you love yourself unconditionally, completely. So, that's when I started feeling my biggest breakthrough. My biggest breakthrough came when I realized that I can learn new things. Like, I don't have to feel like, I used to wonder, am I dumb? Am I dumb? I know. I know this is weird, but I used to think that I'm dumb. That something was wrong with me, that other people are kind of smart, they're getting life, and I'm not getting life. Then I started realizing that my mind is like Play-Doh. It can change over time. I can change my mind. And then I can learn new things. And if I practice and I learn and I continue learning, I can learn new things. So that's when I started. Like feeling comfortable in myself. So you can achieve anything. Like you can achieve anything in life. You can learn at any age. It doesn't matter your race. It doesn't matter your gender. It doesn't matter your skin color. It doesn't matter your weight, and you do not need to have any conditions to love yourself. This is what I had to tell myself over and over again. Like, I'm perfect. God created me a perfect being. I am beautiful. I love myself. And that feeling of not good enough, and that thought of not good enough kind of started like becoming less prominent in my life, because inherently that's a lie. When you feel when you feel like there is something wrong with me, that's a lie. That's a lie. And that mind will stop us from achieving good things. So we always like have to balance it, with good things. I sometimes I don't know if you're Christian or Muslim, or you practice any religion, but religions are good with brainwashing. You can get brainwashed either way. You can get brainwashed to love yourself and hate others, and you can brainwash yourself to love yourself and believe that God is supporting you and the universe is supporting you. And that's pretty much what you want. You want to have a winning mindset. a winning mindset. So whenever I come from a Christian background, so whenever I feel like I am not good enough, I will sometimes go to the scriptures and look for words and verses that I can play through my thoughts, like I have loved you with an everlasting kindness, and stuff like that. And I'll be like, I'm fine, I'm good, So anyway, I'm done here, and I wanted to ask you guys if you have any questions about that feeling of I'm not good enough, and we can kind of answer some of those questions and feelings that you might have. I do not speak, I only speak English. So I see, pero no es tan malo. I don't understand. Eres tan inteligente. Okay, thanks. You un macho. No eres tonto. I really don't know a lot of Spanish. Like, see? Okay. How weeks? Well, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're live, just thanks for tuning in, and thanks for giving me a thumbs up. And yeah, I wanted to ask you if you ever struggled with that feeling that I am not good enough. And just remember, I'll be live tomorrow at 10:45 a.m. So I'll try to be coming live so that we can tackle these topics of self-love and healing, because at the end of the day, this planet and people, we all need to heal. So I'm waiting to see if you have any comments or anything. If not, I am going to end this live stream. Si pero no estaré hablando. I am like always pick negative points in every situation. How can I improve myself? The first thing that you do is to tell yourself, I am a positive person, and I choose positive thinking. Now, from now on, you're a positive person. Like the whole of negative picking, like that is over, right? And then you have to recognize negative thoughts from positive thoughts. I know sometimes it can be confusing to realize like what sometimes the thoughts that we think are negative are actually positive. So for example, if let's say you're dealing with money, right? And you're like, oh, you're trying to budget, and you're like, I will not spend on this and that and that. Somebody might say that, oh, you don't want to spend money because you're stingy, right? But actually, you're doing the positive thing. You're saving yourself some money. You're trying to choose yourself, right? So when we realize that sometimes, as long as you're choosing yourself, you're choosing your safety, your self-care, your self-love, it's not, you have to realize those are positive thoughts. So let me know what you think about, when you say that you're always picking up negative thoughts every situation. What situation is it? Because sometimes some situations that appear to be negative are actually positive. A lot of people in life who go through life being careful, actually, and being conservative, sometimes we look at them and we are like, this person is not happy, but they're being careful and they're choosing themselves. They are wise. So as long as you're choosing wisdom over short-term gratification, those are positive thoughts. So always choose long-term goals over short-term pleasure. Then you will start, being positive. Hello, Madi, Papi, thanks for all the love, guys. Voy a hablar inglés. Voy, like, I really, I'm not very good with Spanish. I'm sorry. Okay, okay, I'll wait for a minute. Let me know if you have any questions. We are talking about that feeling of not feeling good enough in life and how we can shake that, because we want to go through life feeling that we are confident. Leah, what kind of thoughts are you struggling with, of, you know, that are making you feel stuck? I can help you right now. If you can tell me what thoughts that are making you feel stuck. Life is about getting stuck and getting unstuck and healing. So thank you so much for your free advice. Really enjoy your motivation towards positivity. Oh, thank you so much, Mubin. People make fun of my language. There are mean people out there in life. People will say negative things. The thing is to rise above the negativity with maturity. You know, when you start walking, like, as you grow older in life and you go through life and you realize that you have to level up, because some people are always going to be down low. You know, they're going to choose to make fun of you, of your looks, of, you know how you are. People make fun of people with a disability. So when you realize that there are people who will always operate at that level, the only way you do is to go up and rise above them. Trust me. Trust the process of life. When you choose to be mature, to do the right thing, to always rise above that kind of negativity, you will end up in a better place all the time. Trust the laws of life. Trust God. You know, it always will come in your favor. Don't worry about people who make fun of your language. Keep improving your language. You know, keep doing it, and you're not doing it for them. You're just doing it because you're a person who is interested in growth, in learning new things. You know, I've always had people make fun of my accent, because, you know, you can hear that I also have an accent. I understand how it feels. But guess what? I just kept on, you know, improving my accent, in, you know, like, kind of like trying to make sure that I speak well enough for other people to understand me, the people that I care to communicate with, the people that I have a message for. Those are the people that, for me, that made me want to improve, not the people that always, you know, are telling me, you know, that is wrong, that is wrong, that is wrong. And guess what? Those people who are telling me that is wrong, that is wrong, I also heard them, and they help me improve, and I see them as my teachers. They help me go further in life. You know. So I guess, I hope that that helps you when people make fun of your language. Yes, yeah. So we are talking about, tomorrow I'll be here at 10:45 a.m. Always talking about self-love, positivity, and inner growth for people who want to grow. When you learn to love yourself, your world continues to open up and open up. I put a video today about me taking time to care for myself, going to recharge out in nature, like taking walks. I always kind of like try to put on that kind of a lifestyle to encourage you to take positive lifestyle. Sometimes I'll walk by myself, go somewhere out in nature by myself, relax, get my mind off things, give myself some time to quiet down, even when I'm feeling like, you know, life is, you know, kind of taking over. So encouraging your mind to, your body to just calm down. Just watch those videos. They'll help us grow. Okay. Well, I'm glad that you have a job. That is good. You know, we are always grateful for work, right? We're always grateful for work. If you're not able to make a live session, that's fine because you will always have other videos that I continuously post on this channel, and you can leave comments below, and when I see your comments, sometimes I'll also comment, and that way we can keep in touch, yeah, and grow together. So don't worry. Don't worry, just be grateful that you have a job and you can take care of yourself, and that providence is, is with you, it's a job is good. It's good to work. You've been blessed by work, with a job. It's, that's a blessing. It's a blessing. You're blessed, you know and that's we can do, count our blessings, and live the best life that we can. So, well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this live stream. Again, my name is Kanini, and this is Bloom Mental Health. If you're looking for YouTube, it's at Bloom Mental Health. I like to talk about how we can recharge, we can grow, we can heal, and we can always thrive, even if things don't look as if, like they're happening. Trust me, life has a way of changing very fast and helping us thrive. So thanks again. My name is Kanini, and until next time, may you bloom, may you thrive, may you heal, and may you grow. Have a good one. May God bless you.